Hey, welcome back. You made that. That's what
You did the damn thing. I love it.
you made the thing. Welcome back to 2bc.com. As you can see, I'm not alone. We're talking Peacemaker 2, but we've got a hell of a panel with you today. We've got all the way from Australia, VHS Jace, the mastermind behind the look, the design, and how smooth we sound here at 2BC. Thank you, Jace, for that. How's it going?
No, I just gotta get away, kangaroo. Right.
Yeah,
They're everywhere down here.
those kangaroos. Do they wrestle you? Are they like, come on, man, let's go?
You would have all seen the viral video. You don't F with a kangaroo, all right? They will kick your ass.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm not doing it. And speaking of wrestling, we've got the man here that knows more about wrestling than you could shake a stick at a kangaroo. That is AJ Orsini, all the way from Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Hey, Australia. Get out of here, hobo. That's who we wrestle over here. Leave us be. We're doing a podcast about Peacemaker today.
Yeah. So, when we talk about Brooklyn and wrestling in Australia, we talk about the DC universe and the wild manifestation that has become the Gunn universe. And I am here for it. I can't wait to dive into this with you guys for Peacemaker Season 2. So let's hop right into all of the good stuff, starting with a synopsis. Picking up where the Suicide Squad left off, Peacemaker returns home after recovering from his encounter with Bloodsport and discovered that his freedom has a price.
That sounds like
season one.
That sounds like season 1. Yeah, all right. Yeah. A little bit of editing to do. Woohoo. Come on, IMDb. Did me dirty.
You tried to depend on somebody and there.
Yeah, try to get somewhere with you, IMDb. All right, Peacemaker interviews for a spot on the Justice Gang while Harcourt struggles to find work on the heels of Adebayo's bombshell press conference. Economos is forced to surveil Peacemaker under Rick Flagg Sr.'s management. All right. There's a lot that goes on in season 2. We're not going to go episode by episode. We're just going to get in the thick of it, if you will. And we're going to go jumping into the cast really quick. All right. Peacemaker season 2 has a great cast. It has wrestler superstar turned actor extraordinaire.
And his name is John Cena.
I had to play that. Sorry.
I don't think they heard it, but it's all right.
Oh, no, it didn't work. Oh.
I heard toward the tail end, but that's all right. They get the point.
His name is John Cena. So John Cena plays Christopher Smith, aka Peacemaker. Freddie Stroma plays Adrian Chase, aka Vigilante. Jennifer Holland plays Harcourt. Danielle Brooks plays Adebayo. Frank Grillo plays Rick Flagg Sr. Rick Flagg.
Randall?
Yeah, Randall Flagg's from The Shining. The Stand. I'm a big Stephen King fan. Steve Agee plays John Economos. David Denman plays Keith Smith. Sean Gumps plays Maxwell Lord. Sol Rodriguez plays Sasha Bordeaux. And Robert Patrick plays Aggie Smith. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I dug me some Robert Patrick in this.
Oh,
right. I was shocked. I was like, oh, whoa, he really did it up. So now that we got into the cast, we got on the synopsis, let's go into what works. Let's get into the heavy lifting. All right, I'm going to start with Jace, since he's the guest this week. What worked for you in the season?
There is a lot that works for me in Peacemaker season 2. But I tell you what, the big shock for me is how serious this is. Like, I would say season 1 for me generally was more comedy than drama, but not in this one. I mean, if anything, we were dealing with trauma in season 1. We are doubling down on the trauma in season 2.
Yeah.
But it's James Gunn's mantra now, isn't it? Anything he makes is designed to make you cry, make you feel bad, change expectations on characters. And we see a lot of that with season 2. John Cena, look, I know he is like a wrestling icon, but that man puts on a performance this season that puts him in an upper echelon of acting. There are moments in this season which are exceptional. One scene in particular with Jennifer Holland in episode 6, where he's kind of like, you know, I dig you, I like you're into it, and her breaking down, incredible thing. And then the moment, spoiler alert, guys, because there's massive spoilers on this, when they're trying to kill his brother.
Oh,
and just the script, the guttural emotion.
Yeah.
Because he's seeing his father and brother killed again.
Yeah.
Like it's repeating. And then that agonizing moment where he goes, it's me. I'm the problem. So you have those emotional highs, and then you just like have Vigilante, who to me almost steals the whole season. Like I get like a Joker grin every time that guy comes on screen because he's just so likable as a character. Everyone's on fire here in this season. Tim Meadows. Oh, I've loved that man forever. And does he not bring it here? You know, bird blindness is one of the coolest things ever. So
it needs to be taken seriously. It's a real disease.
Yeah.
It's real. I'm gonna deal with birds.
Why the fuck are we chasing this duck? I don't understand.
Awesome.
My apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, somebody.
Sorry.
Was
I
that
couldn't
you,
hear
Joe?
what you said.
Cancel.
She wanted to
Uninstall.
say,
Alexa, uninstall.
Seriously, this is like not the first time that's happened. Stop!
I could go
Stop
on
it,
for
Siri.
hours about this show because there's a lot there, but I don't want to steal all the thunder on this. So please hand it over to AJ because I'll just crap on forever.
No, really worked. It did work. A lot of this worked. And it was amazing because Joe was on my 8th anniversary show not too long ago. That's how this guest appearance took place. Because I volunteered because I'm not normally a DC person. I follow a lot of Marvel. Not that I dislike DC. That's what I grew up reading a lot more of was Marvel. So that's why I have the tag at the bottom, casual viewer. So be nice to me in the comments, folks. My DC knowledge isn't as much as it is with the Marvel world, but I get to play the role of the casual MCU viewer now in the DCU verse because I don't know as much as the hardcore enthusiasts of DC Comics. So I'm seeing a lot of these characters for the first time. And I'm happy that a lot of hardcore DC enthusiasts are also seeing these characters live action for the very first time. So we're getting to see James Gunn's renditions of everything and work for me. I love me some Freddie motherfucking Stromer. Vigilante is one of my favorite characters on planet fucking Earth. I want to be friends with Adrian so goddamn bad. He's such an enthusiast. He's such an optimist. He has his moral code, but he's also a bloodthirsty killer. He's a phenomenal friend. Who else washes, dries, folds their sick, drunken friend's clothing? I wouldn't do it. But Adrian would do it. That's why he's a better man than me.
He needs to be a little bit nicer to his mum. That would be my
yeah.
What the frig, man?
My wife, as a mother, was watching that scene going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, you're taking it personal here. I love the intricacies. I guess this goes more to Gunn style. I love the intricacies of the characters. In the first season, you kind of saw a little jealousy from Adrian concerning Adebayo's relationship to Christopher Smith. And in this season, you kind of see them evolve past the jealousy, but also still competitive. They still each want to be the Chris's best friend on the entire world. And I love Jennifer Holland. I love this evolved version of Harcourt that she brought to the table. I got a little bit of a crush because I'm looking at James Gunn and I'm looking at Jennifer Holland. I'm going, you son of a bitch. You've got to be hilarious. There's got to be something to you. But this cast,
They're together for real?
Oh, that's his wife.
Dude, that's
his wife?
That's his
Get
wife.
out of here. Real? Oh, wow.
Look at that woman, for
No
God's
idea.
sakes. That man is winning at life across the board. He's
and you know who his ex-wife was?
Who was
his ex-wife? Is Jenna Fisher from The Office.
Oh my God, this guy just
get the frick out of here.
And then so he leaves her, and then jackpot of life. He deserves it.
The guy is an absolute stud. This guy can get it done. But as I said in the beginning, I'm a casual to all this. I'm learning all this for the first time. But so far, season 1 and 2 for me, absolutely amazing. I put it higher than a lot of the MCU products that I've seen on Disney Plus. It just doesn't measure up. This has been an amazingly written show.
Yeah. For me, what worked was the slow integration of the Nazism that was going on in the perfect world that Chris went into.
The fucking girls.
You never saw, you didn't notice
I
anything.
lost my shit at the mural. He's like, how the fuck did I miss that?
Yeah.
I feel I had a problem because I didn't notice, and I'm like, I need to check my racism here. How did I not see colored people in the background? So when it was revealed, I had to check myself. You know,
One got out.
One got,
Yeah, one got out.
bio, it was like,
One
black.
got out.
It was like,
It's
what?
a black.
Yeah. And they all like chased her down, but they did
It was
such
a
a good
genuine
job.
shock too. I didn't see. I actually didn't put it together.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I was as dumb as Peacemaker. Which, mind you, the moment she goes, and you didn't notice the mural,
Big giant Nazi. Yeah. Hitler, yeah.
My question when I saw this scene is she goes, they said one got out, and all I could think about when my laughter was from where? Where are the rest of them at this point? I don't even know if they could show it on HBO Max. What's going on?
They
in James
kind of
Gunn's head.
mentioned concentration camps,
and
working camps,
right?
Like slave labor,
pretty effed up, right? Pretty
Very effed up. But then, like I was piecing it together on the episode before, like when they were chasing Adebayo and Judo Master saves her. I was noticing it's like, whoa, this whole thing when they were in the park and they were all guns blazing and everything, and I noticed there was no black people, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm sure I'm missing something, and Tim Meadows is going to come out somewhere. And then what they did was the way they blend the two universes. Sometimes you think, Tim Meadows is over here in the other universe too, right? Right?
Yeah.
No, and they did. I think that was one of the best things that worked. When he picked up the American flag and folded it over and had the Nazis, it was like, oh no.
And we get a great little payoff because of Judo Master slipping through.
Right.
And then we just forget about him for a couple episodes.
Right.
And then he comes and say that's his kind of journey to becoming a good guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Saving Adebayo in a pretty horrific scene. Because once she gets into the pool, I'm like, I think she's screwed. I think she's done for.
I saw no way for her to get out of that. I was like, what the hell is she gonna do? This is like that dude has a suit and can fly and shit, and all those people are coming out there.
To support
and they get to become friends and play Scrabble.
Yeah.
To support Jace's point on Judo Master's arc, I love the fact that they talked about the untalkable in the show. So it wasn't like, okay, we'll just forget what happened. He brings it up. You remember that time you tased me like 100 times in the fucking
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah. And then he just kind of walked away, just like, it is what it is.
He's over it. He's up.
Yeah, I get it. That's like the most people have ever electrocuted in one shot.
Yeah, it was
4.
But what's so clever, that makes him instantly likable.
Yeah.
In season 1, maybe he wasn't just annoying. You root for him now. He's he's part of the 11th Street Kids gang, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Totally I liked him ever since.
The one thing that I've heard that I kept hearing, we're gonna get a huge cameo.
We did.
And we did. I was like shocked. I couldn't believe Lex showed up in this. Not just because Nicholas Hoult, as far as I know, hasn't done television before. And I didn't see him going to that route.
Well, to be fair, he still hasn't.
Well, technically, this is TV. I mean, and it's twisted.
Everything's TV.
I mean, it's on HBO. It's on my TV. It counts.
But it's the implication of that scene, I think, is really great.
Yeah.
And James Gunn was aligned. He was setting things up for not only beyond this series, but mapping out potentially where we're going in the overarching story of the DC universe. And it's all about the 99 rooms.
Yep.
Which I think, I mean, and it was great how they tied it into Superman, where they had the same tech, but it was very unstable.
Right.
And the only reason Lex now is getting involved because he can have access to that. So it's got some pretty profound implications, I think, long term. What did you guys think of that last episode? Because I heard a lot of controversy from people going, "Oh, it felt a bit flat." I did not experience that. I enjoyed it very much.
Now, Chase, our mutual friend, Jason Roy Gaston, put out the underlying dig on that last episode. If you recall, Peacemaker ends up in a world where it's like skulls and they're like agony and pain and the world's very dark. And they were like, oh, look, they showed up in the Snyder universe.
No, they didn't. He didn't end
I
up in the
saw that.
Skulls universe.
No, he didn't end up there, but they opened the door. It was like a peek into. It was a riff.
Here's my bet with the noises.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a comic? And I'm not the comic expert here,
I got you.
but I have this image in my head of Peacemaker riding a dinosaur.
That is correct. Very good.
Oh yeah. So next time we see Peacemaker, because he's on that planet, he's going to be riding a goddamn dinosaur, and I love it.
That's the most Christopher Smith thing ever of all time.
Oh, it would be, right? It would be. And then there'll be jealousy when Eagly comes back. There'll be jealousy between the eagle and the dinosaur. By the way, shout out. Yeah, shout out to the great Rooker coming in playing the bird hunter.
The bird hunter. Yeah.
Really cool.
There's a lot of dinosaurs in DC. So there's even a Jurassic League.
DC seem to like a lot of dinosaurs and gorillas, right?
Yeah, they love animals.
They seem to be the huge things gorillas, they're big on.
Yeah. You got Gorilla Grog, and then you got a bunch of other stuff.
There's a whole bunch of gorillas,
But they got Devil Dinosaur, which is a really cool character, and that would be really neat if they started to pull that in. But then they have like their own, like I was saying, the Jurassic League, which is the Justice League of Dinosaurs, in the same setup. Like imagine if,
and that's a DC property.
Yeah, they have a ton of stuff, and it's a lot of fun, and you can definitely picture our boy jumping on that dinosaur and taking over.
Well, AJ, because you're a big Marvel fan, like you said, so am I. I love myself Marvel. Probably don't know as much as you about it. Because you're a casual viewer, seeing what James Gunn is doing in regards to the stylistics of the DC, like he's going for it in regards to the uniforms, the type of characters.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I think that is the smart way to go at this point. Just go for it. Don't be shy about how they look. Make them look comic book accurate. Find those deep characters.
James Gunn's introduction into the MCU was the Guardians of the Galaxy IP, which was a wonderful tribute to the comic book because at the time that he did the first Guardians of the Galaxy, you have the same argument with Marvel. We know Captain America, we know Iron Man, we know Hulk, we know Thor. Out of the blue came this laundry list of misfits that the world just fell in love with. Arguably the greatest trilogy in the MCU to date. And that's because of his ability, his being James' ability to find those niche characters and breathe life into them in a way where the audience will, even if they don't become a favorite, they can attach themselves to that character. They can relate to that character. I'm flipping it now as a DC first timer, so to speak, when it comes to the live action properties. I know Batman, I know Superman, I know Wonder Woman. Now, thanks to James Gunn, I know Polka Dot Man, I know Peacemaker, I know Shark, I know all these new. There's a lady with rats that I met not too long ago. I'm meeting all of these weird, eccentric characters, but they don't come off weird and eccentric all the time. They have these human moments that you once again can relate to. My wife cried when Rocket Raccoon and an otter had this emotional moment, and that's James Gunn, and that's the writing, and that's the team that he has together that puts this emotion together. I love this for DC, to be honest with you. I love that it doesn't have to always be dark and brooding and lightning bolts shooting out of the sky and the silhouettes. That it could be a little madcap, a little wacky, a little on its head. It could be safe behind the wall of censorship. It could be outlandish. In a Batman film, we'll see political talk, but here we're talking about Mein Kampf being on desks. It's very, and I think by pushing the borders, he will eventually take the bullets that will open doors for more creators to come into DC to tamper and to mess with characters that maybe before they didn't have the guts to try. So I like the fact that he's taking those steps. He did it with us and it worked. People might say now that it worked too well because now everybody wants an eccentric character and everybody wants its own property. So perhaps the originator let go of the leash too soon, but that wasn't his decision. Now he's got the DC universe that he's going to be manipulating and creating with all these people. So it's got me. I don't watch too many DC things, but this is my second season watching Peacemaker, and I'm upset that there isn't a 3 already announced.
I know,
sliding right into the second Superman. But it's got me. Yeah, Man of Tomorrow. That's what I was thinking of in my head. Yeah, thanks to this series, I saw the first Superman. I can't remember the last time I've seen a Superman movie, and I enjoyed that. So I'm just the momentum's going. So I'm just taking the ride right now.
It feels very refreshing in the DC world at the moment. That's 100% for sure. And the fact that he takes his supporting actors and makes generally them steal the film. Like I love Superman, but Mr. Terrific stole the film for me.
Yep.
I just love that dude
and Green Lantern.
much. And Green Lantern, because he was awesome, Nathan Fillion douchiness at his best. But Mr. Terrific is like, I think he's my favorite DC character right now. I'm sure that'll change as it always does.
Who knew that Nathan Fillion could play a character that is a wise ass who travels from space to time to time? Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
It would have never occurred to me.
Right in his wheelhouse. But
it was like
has an issue with flying.
It's his second DC character because he was the detachable kid, remember?
Yeah.
His ability was just to move his arms.
So great.
All right. Well, we talked about what worked. Let's get into the end, boys. Let's talk about what didn't work. Let's start with AJ. If you can find anything that didn't work, go for it.
As I said, I enjoyed the series very much, and I do understand why he did this, but I needed a little bit more Peacemaker in my Peacemaker season 2. I don't recall him being in the suit very often or using any of the helmets or any of the weapons. This was a very Christopher Smith-based season, and James Gunn was very open about that he wanted to do more of a Christopher Smith season, and I totally get it. But the way things were flowing, the way things were going, his brother and his father spent more time in the suits than really he did. So the action was there, especially when they did the scene where he was with Other Dimension Hardcore, and then those radicals attacked the building, and he just went full badass and beat up a bunch of people. But he did it sans suit, he did it sans weapons. He was just basically Christopher. It was just a big, strong guy who just beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's the Iron Man rule, right? If you're nothing without it, you don't deserve it. So I guess it's the hero within. I get the story, but I would have loved a lot more of the character in the season as opposed to just taking that trauma ride the entire time. I might be in the minority here. I'm not huge on Economos as a character.
Oh.
But that's not because I don't think he's a terrible character. I just think amongst what I feel are far more heavier weights, we'll say, as far as scene stealers, as far as character development. He's still the snarky guy from the van that he was in the first season. Jace brought up a great point. Even Judo Master had an arc.
Yeah.
Economos really hasn't had his moment just yet. He just seems to kind of always be in the shot. So he's there at the beginning when they're monitoring Chris. He's there when the 11th Street kids want to do something, and yet somehow still with Argus during the other side. He's kind of on both sides of the thing. So we get a very heavy dose of John Economos. He just doesn't do a whole lot. So other than that, I really don't have a lot that I didn't think worked on this. And the salvation thing at the end, to me, it wasn't a big letdown because, again, I don't know enough to be let down. To me, it was a very awesome reveal. An entire planet. It's the prison in the MCU that superheroes get locked in, but not a prison. It's an entire fucking planet.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really cool thing. So for me, it wasn't really a letdown. It is disappointing to me to hear that the people who do follow this stuff went, oh, I don't know. That plays to me a little bit because I know how it feels the other side. Yeah, if I was watching the big reveal in the MCU and a casual went, oh, that's amazing, but I know enough to know that's bullshit and it's lazy. What was that? So I feel for it. I don't know enough to know it was a letdown, but I could tell, I could read the room and see that there were a lot of upset people. So those were a couple things I thought didn't work.
Jason.
I agree pretty well much with AJ. I would say if season 1, Peacemaker's kind of set up for a trilogy, I feel like, of seasons, because season 1 we get to introduce all the characters. In season 2, you put your characters in the worst possible position. I mean, that's a 3-act structure of any film. Introduce your characters, put them in the worst possible. 3 and see you get them out of it. And the fact that he's going to break season 3 apart and make it in different shows and elements of movies, yeah, I think I'm a completionist. I would have liked to see a season 3. That would be my only criticism because, like you said, AJ, I want to see more Peacemaker being Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And we didn't get it. We got him in the douche clothing, the leather pants and the silk shirt.
Yeah. For me, it was the overkill of Randall Flagg being obsessed with getting Peacemaker. That hunt for revenge. I think
It's a fair criticism, Joe.
Yeah, that's an overdone thing. I think in most comic books is the revenge plot for the villain. There's other reasons to get somebody. I think revenge, especially since his position is so high, should be low on his list. He should be seeking that technology, and that's it. In all personal experience.
People in big positions of power being corrupt? Nah, that's not relatable at all.
No.
Corporate greed.
Corporate greed, yes. No, I just thought its base should have been on that technology to further his own ambitions and that of the United States. But one of the things that I read online is everybody thinks that the flag that we have in this universe is actually the flag from Earth X, the other universe with the Nazis.
I don't buy into that.
You don't buy
think there's not enough seeds being laid for that to feel like a credible plot point. Because if that's the case, James Gunn has done a poor job of setting that up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
because you have to draw your own bow
to
get from what you see on screen to that scenario. You have to make up a lot of shit in your head.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not like a big believer in it.
You comic book fans have never done that in the history. There's never been any extrapolating.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually, can I ask you guys a question? Since you guys are the enthusiasts here, I've got to ask. I saw something online where there were a few people drawing parallels from this Rick Flagg Sr. to the one that we saw in Creature Commandos. Because there's been talk that he's been trying to streamline everything, which I would assume would include the animated project.
Correct.
What would you guys make? What did you guys make of the sudden shift in attitude and philosophy from before to this season?
It is interesting because obviously there's a visual difference. Which is kind of weird. I would have just put a packet of Just for Men on his desk or something to show that he dyes his hair or something. Anyway, besides that, yes, for him to become the hero to the villain, I kind of see where James Gunn is going at that. He wants this Rick Flagg Sr. to be an unpredictable, dangerous character. And it seems to me we're now setting him up for the villain arc in Man of Tomorrow because he's working with Lex. But we also know for Man of Tomorrow, supposedly, it's Lex and Superman team up to fight a bad guy. That's what we've been told. So then it becomes the gray area again, even though Rick Flagg Sr. is got evil intentions. He ends up helping the good guys to solve the Battle of Brainiac. Yeah. So it wasn't perfect. I think they could have done that. I don't know why didn't dye his hair gray.
I would have done
Or if they knew they couldn't dye it grey, well, they just didn't go back and color it black again in the cartoons. Bit of a weird choice.
Yeah.
He just solved it. There it is. In the sequel, Superman, Lex Luthor and Superman team up to defeat a bad guy. Rick Flagg Sr. doesn't like it. He tricks Lex Luthor. They send him to Salvation. He runs to Jared Leto. We finally have the storyline from the book.
There you go.
There it is. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of 1 Week Later. I would be remiss if I didn't give you guys the floor to plug. Because you know me, I plug the shit out of everything that I do. So we're going to start with Jason and with AJ.
Before we start plugging, I actually forgot to ask you guys a question. There's one aspect of the season we didn't talk about.
What's that?
I need you guys to explain Checkmate to me.
I
didn't
know about Checkmate. I actually did post research on it.
I did too.
Yeah, but it's just their new spy agency, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I read somewhere that it was like founded by Amanda Waller in the comics, and there's been
What's weird what's happening with Amanda Waller at the moment. She's like MIA.
Yeah.
She's still alive. We know she's still around.
Well, the Viola Davis budget is pretty
We're supposed to get a show of just Amanda Waller.
Yeah, she's supposed to get.
I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, because the Viola Davis
is not cheap, really.
No.
Okay, but Viola Davis deserves every red cent.
Of course,
more.
Yeah, for sure.
She is one of the great actors of our time.
Oh,
Love her.
there you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't want to hold you guys up, but as far as plugging for myself, I do it every time I'm on the show. It's very simple to find all of my stuff by just heading over to Linktree. It's the usual Linktree address /AJOUM. And you can find all my stuff there. Everything me and everything OUM.
There you go. Jace.
What a great way to describe the socials, because I have a link tree too, so I'm going to steal AJ's idea. You can find me at linktree/@talkingtome, and you'll find all my links to Talking to Me there. You can also find me over in the Jason Roy Gaston channel as I work with that madcap. And of course, you can find me over at CQ in about 8 minutes, Joe. We'll be doing our live show.
Yes. We're everywhere and anywhere we need to be. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for chilling with us in this very deep dive of season 2 of Peacemaker. Be sure to, there's our thank you. And that was a little delayed, but be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Technical difficulties.
For whatever reason, they're like 2 different places, but yeah, here it is. Be sure to like, share, and
don't touch that channel. We'll be right back.
Ring that bell so you can be alerted to when our new stuff drops, including news from Dumpster Fire Flicks and Ghosts, which premieres right after this show. So be sure to come back. We'll see you next time. Peace. Thanks, gentlemen.